Right now, someone is trying to destroy your focus. A notification, a doubt, a well-meaning friend telling you to be realistic. And you're losing, not because you're weak, because you're fighting the wrong battle. 400 years ago, samurai warriors stood on battlefields where enemies screamed insults designed to shatter concentration, where one distracted moment meant death. Yet the greatest among them developed something we've forgotten, a mind so disciplined that chaos became irrelevant. They didn't resist distractions. They became immune to them. And they did it using 3 principles that modern neuroscience is only now beginning to understand. Picture this. It's 1575, the Battle of Nagashino. Takeda Shingen's forces face an impossible situation. Enemy soldiers spend hours hurling insults, threats, psychological warfare designed to make warriors attack prematurely. Most men crack. Rage builds. They want to charge, to silence the taunts, to do something. Takeda sits perfectly still. Hours pass. The insults continue. His own men beg him to act. He waits. When the moment arrives, the exact tactical opening he knew would come, he strikes with devastating precision. The battle is won not through superior numbers or weapons, but through unshakable inner discipline. Here's what Takeda understood that we've forgotten. External distractions only have power when your internal foundation is weak. Right now, you're fighting a modern version of that same battle. Your enemies aren't soldiers. They're notifications designed by billion-dollar companies to hijack your attention. Friends who project their own limitations onto your dreams. And worst of all, your own mind whispering that maybe you should quit, play it safe, be realistic. You're losing because you're trying to resist these forces. The samurai discovered something more powerful. You don't resist distractions. You build a foundation they cannot penetrate. Weapon 1. Kokoro no Chikai, the Unbreakable Vow. Oda Nobunaga was 17 when he made a promise that would define his entire existence. Not a goal, not a wish, a vow carved into his soul. I will unite Japan under one rule. No matter how many enemies rise, no matter how long it takes, no matter what I sacrifice. At 17, this seemed impossible. He commanded no army, controlled no territory. Most people dismissed him as the fool of Owari. But here's what happened. Advisors told him it couldn't be done. He continued. Allies betrayed him. He adapted. Armies 10 times his size attacked. He outmaneuvered them. Why? Because his vow wasn't about impressing anyone. It came from somewhere deeper than their opinions could reach. Modern psychology calls this intrinsic motivation. The samurai called it Kokoro no Chikai. Same truth. When your discipline roots in a deep inner vow, other people's opinions become as irrelevant as wind. Right now, you're probably pursuing goals flavored with other people's expectations. Your parents' definition of success, society's metrics, your competitors' achievements. No wonder you're exhausted. You're carrying their dreams, not yours. Here's your first practice. Tonight, answer this question in writing. What would I pursue if I had everyone's support, unlimited resources, and guaranteed success? Strip away the fear. Remove the judgment. What's left? That's your path. Tomorrow, turn that into a vow. Not I want to or I should. A vow. I will. Your goal, no matter what obstacles arise, no matter how long it takes, no matter who doubts me. Write it by hand. Read it aloud every morning for 30 days. Watch what happens when your discipline stops coming from willpower and starts flowing from identity. Weapon 2. Tanden. Forge habits like steel. Miyamoto Musashi killed his first man in a duel at age 13. By 21, he was considered the most dangerous swordsman in Japan. And then, he spent 3 years practicing the same basic overhead strike. Every single day. His friends thought he'd lost his mind. He already knew the technique. Why waste years repeating something he'd mastered? Here's what Musashi understood. Practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice, repeated until it becomes your nature, makes you unshakable. A sword becomes stronger through repeated heating and hammering. Each cycle compounds. Heat, hammer, Cool. Repeat until the steel can cut through armor. Your brain works the same way. Neuroscience shows that repeated actions create neural pathways, literal physical structures in your brain that make certain behaviors automatic. When you build discipline through daily repetition, you stop needing willpower. The right action becomes the path of least resistance. Think about brushing your teeth. You don't negotiate with yourself every morning. You don't need motivation. The habit is so ingrained that not doing it feels wrong. That's what Musashi created with his discipline. That's what you're going to create. Here's your practice. Choose one action that moves you toward your vow. Not a massive transformation, one simple action. 10 minutes of focused work at the same time daily. 5 minutes practicing your craft. One sentence written about your progress. Set an alarm labeled Forging Unshakable Discipline. When it sounds, you act. Immediately, regardless of mood, circumstances, or convenient excuses. Track completion on a calendar. Watch the chain grow, and notice something profound. External distractions lose their power as your habit grows stronger. After 21 days, that action becomes automatic. After 90 days, it becomes identity. You're not someone trying to be disciplined anymore. You're someone who is disciplined. Weapon 3. Jishin, the relaxed alert. The Siege of Osaka Castle. 1614. Arrows fill the air like rain. Explosions shake the ground. Smoke chokes the lungs. Chaos everywhere. Master Samurai Hosokawa Gracio walks through this hell, maintaining perfect strategic focus. Not because she's ignoring the danger, because her mind is trained in Jishin, relaxed alertness. Most people think discipline means white-knuckling through distractions, gritting your teeth, fighting every urge. That's exhausting, and it doesn't work. Jishin is different. It's the state of a perfectly still pond. When a stone drops, ripples form, but the pond notices the disturbance before it spreads. Yagyu Munenori, legendary sword master, taught, a perfectly still mind sees the attack before it begins. Modern mindfulness research confirms this ancient wisdom. People who practice present moment awareness have better emotional regulation and resist social pressure more effectively. Not because they're stronger, because they catch distractions before distractions catch them. Right now, your attention is constantly hijacked because you don't notice the hijacking until hours later. You pick up your phone to check one thing, and suddenly 45 minutes vanished into a social media black hole. Jishin changes that. Here's your practice. Set 5 random alarms throughout your day. Label them Jishin check. When the alarm sounds, one deep breath. Then ask, where's my attention right now? Is it serving my path or serving a distraction? If you've drifted, and you will, don't judge it. Just notice. Then consciously redirect your focus to your next important action. Practice this for 1 week. You'll start catching distractions in real time. The awareness becomes automatic. You'll feel your attention getting pulled and think, oh, that's not where I want to be, and redirect before any damage occurs. This is the secret the samurai discovered. You don't fight distractions. You become so aware that you see them coming and sidestep them like a master swordsman dodging a clumsy attack. Imagine this version of you. You wake up and immediately check your phone, but before your thumb unlocks the screen, awareness kicks in. That's a distraction. My vow matters more. You redirect. Make your bed. Begin your morning practice. The day starts on your terms. At work, someone tries to dump their drama into your headspace. Old you would have absorbed it, gotten distracted, lost hours. New you notices the hook coming. This doesn't serve my path. You respond with compassion, but don't take the bait. Your focus remains unbroken. Evening arrives. Netflix whispers. Just one episode, but your daily practice alarm sounds. You chose this moment months ago when you set the habit. So you act. 10 minutes on your craft. Another day, forging steel. That person isn't fantasy. That person is available to you right now. Not through some massive overnight transformation. Through 3 ancient weapons. A vow stronger than any outside force. Habits forged through perfect repetition. Awareness that catches distractions before they land. The samurai faced literal death in battle and maintained focus. You're facing notifications and Netflix. If they could do it under arrows, you can do it under algorithms. Here's what happens if you do nothing. Tomorrow, you'll wake up to the same chaos. Same notifications stealing your morning. Same people pulling you off course. Same doubts whispering that your dreams are unrealistic. And 6 months from now, you'll be in the exact same place, except now you'll have the added weight of knowing you could have changed but chose comfort instead. Or, you could declare war on distraction using weapons forged 4 centuries ago. Tonight, write your vow, the real one. Not what sounds impressive, what burns in your chest when nobody's watching. Tomorrow, set your alarm. Choose one action. Forge your first link in the chain. This week, install your Jishin checks. Train your awareness. Catch distractions before they catch you. These aren't suggestions. They're the exact weapons that turned ordinary men into legends who could maintain perfect focus while the world exploded around them. You have the same mind they had, the same capacity for unshakable discipline. The only difference? They trained it, and you're about to. Takeda Shinjin sat perfectly still for hours while enemies screamed insults, because his inner vow was louder than any external voice. Miyamoto Musashi practiced the same strike for 3 years because he understood that repetition creates unshakable nature. Hosokawa Gracia walked through exploding battlefields with perfect focus because her awareness was trained to notice chaos without being consumed by it. They weren't superhuman. They were simply undistracted. And starting right now, so are you. The battlefield is your mind. The enemy is distraction. The victory is discipline so unshakable that nothing can move you from your path. The war begins the moment you decide it does. Choose your weapons. Make your vow. Start today. Because somewhere right now, your future self is counting on this moment. Don't let them down.